something and kind of pretended like you were walking a tightrope in a circus? It's fun, right? I'm pretty good at balancing. But today we're going to talk about something called media balance. Media balance is how much time you spend on media versus everything else in your life. So it's really important to have a healthy balance of spending time on media. And media isn't just your cell phone, okay? Media could also be watching TV, reading the newspaper, looking at magazines, anything that you do that's related to media. Playing video games. One thing that's really important to keep in mind is that media balance is different for everyone. So what might be a good balance for me may not be a good balance for you. Something that I like to think about is standing on something that kind of gets me off balance. Okay, sometimes we do that with media. For example, last night I spent way too much time watching TV. I get like that. I get involved in a show and I can't stop watching it. But then I started noticing how tired I was, how hungry I was. And instead of turning the TV off and going and getting something to eat and then going to bed, I just ran into the kitchen on a commercial break and I grabbed whatever snacks I could find. So I ended up eating things like Easter candy, chips, things that, yeah, at the time, those taste really good. But then I was still hungry and I could not stop watching the TV. So my media balance was off. Sometimes we start playing video games and we realize hours have gone past. It's not necessarily a bad thing to spend hours playing a video game, but you have to make sure that you're balancing it with other things in your life. What can happen if our media balance is off? Whoa. I'll tell you what could happen. Okay, we could fall, right? If I fell off of this, I might get hurt. Definitely wouldn't be healthy, right? Same thing with our media balance. If we don't have a good balance between media and other things in our lives, then we might have an unhealthy relationship with media. So, play your video games, watch your TV, talk to your friends on social media, but also make sure that you're spending time away from media. Put it down, get outside, go balance on a big tree. Find something that you can do that balances out that time that you spend on media. That way it keeps our minds healthy and we're actually better when we get on media and when we have a good media balance. We're not acting with our emotions. Sometimes things that are posted on social media can really get us riled up. And if we spent a lot of time on social media, then we comment with our emotions. If we step away from it, then we're less likely to do that. If we spend a lot of time on video games, we're more likely to actually not do as well on those video games because then we're acting with our emotions. We're all stressed out. We're all tense. And so we don't do as well. If you spend some time away from it and then come back to it, you're more likely to do better at it. So make sure that your media balance is a good balance. It doesn't necessarily mean equal. So it doesn't mean an hour of time on media and an hour of time off of media. It just means that if you start feeling stressed or you start feeling angry at something that you've seen on the media that you're using, step away from it. Maybe don't be on media when it's dinner time. Maybe don't be on media close to bedtime. Okay? Make sure that you have a good media balance, that it's balancing out with everything else in your life.